Good morning, class, or afternoon, class, or evening, class, whenever you're watching this. Today, we are going to learn a lot about Aztec culture, and we're also going to learn about the decline of the Aztecs. This is going to be a bigger notes day, but that means no homework for you, so woot woot. Make sure you follow along. You should have your textbook open to page 477. That's where we're starting off. And then remember, you need your notebook, your textbook, a separate sheet of paper in case you have questions. Your learning objective is I will be able to describe the Aztecs' religion. I will be able to describe the Aztecs' religion, okay? Remember, at any point, if you need to stop and copy the rest of the notes, you may pause the video, and then you can finish writing them down. So let us begin. What was the Aztec religion? So, like the Maya, the Aztecs worshiped many gods who were believed to control both nature and human activities. Now, remember, that means they are polytheistic. A lot of the Mesoamerican religions are polytheistic. So worshiping many gods, they're based on nature or natural elements. And to please the gods, the Aztec priests regularly made human sacrifices. So let's talk about human sacrifices. Most victims were battle captives or slaves, and in ritual ceremonies, priests would slash open the victim's chest and feed human hearts and blood to the gods. It's moments like these where you cannot tell me that history is boring. This is crazy, okay? The Aztecs sacrificed as many as 10,000 people a year. To supply enough victims, Aztec warriors waged frequent battles with neighboring people, just so they could have enough to do this ritual. But remember, it's very similar to how the Maya viewed their gods, in the sense that they controlled everything and they had to keep them happy. And they believed they had to do certain things to keep them happy. And one of those things apparently was human sacrifice, which obviously is not okay. But it is a very interesting part of their faith that is important to know. Okay, we are moving on. If you need to pause, you can. We're going to a baby slide. Look how little it is. So cute. What were the Aztec achievements? So let's break it down. I summarized it as best I could. First, architecture. Architects and sculptors created fine stone pyramids and statues. Artisans would use gold, gems, and bright feathers to make jewelry or masks. You can kind of see the fashion and clothing and jewelry here in this picture I have up here. The Aztecs valued learning as well. They studied astronomy, and devised a calendar much like the Maya one. They took pride in their history and kept detailed written records. They also had a strong oral tradition. Stories about ancestors and the gods were passed from one generation to the next. The Aztecs also enjoyed fine speeches and riddles. So I'm going to tell you a riddle, and you're going to try to guess what you think it is. So this is an Aztec riddle. This is legit. What is a little blue-green jar filled with popcorn? That's like literally one of the riddles. What is a little blue-green jar filled with popcorn? It's the sky. I don't know. Maybe popcorn's the clouds? That's cool. What is a mountainside that has a spring of water in it? What is a mountainside that has a spring of water in it? It's our nose. So they thought they were funny, I guess. It's like dad jokes for Aztecs. I don't know. But they would do riddles, so that's kind of cool. That's fun. It's one of their achievements. If you're not done with this slide, you can pause this video, but we are moving on to some drama. Look at this guy. Look how big this guy is. I know it's annoying, but yes, you do have to write this all down. It is very important. I want to make sure you understand everything. And again, this is why it's a notes day, not 10 pages of homework and notes day. So don't be too mad at me. What caused the decline of the Aztec civilization? So there was a lot of drama that got stirred up. So I want to make sure you follow along and understand. In the late 1400s, the Spanish arrived to the Americas seeking adventure, riches, and converts to Catholicism. One group of conquistadors, which means Spanish conquerors, reached Mexico in 1519, and they were led by Hernan Cortez. So their motives were to find gold, claim land, and convert the native peoples. That's what they were sent there to do. That was their job. The Aztec Emperor Moctezuma II cautiously welcomed the stranger. He believed Cortez to be the god, I'm going to say it wrong, Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl. He believed Cortez was a god. Okay? Quetzalcoatl. I'm saying it wrong. I know I am. But either way, he believed that Cortez was a god. And because of that, they believe the Aztecs believed that this god had left Mexico a long time ago. And according to legend, the god had promised to return in 1519. So Montezuma gave the Spaniards gold and other gifts, but Cortez wanted more. He took the emperor prisoner, enraging the Aztecs, who began to attack the Spanish conquistadors. They managed to drive them out, but Moctezuma was killed in the fighting. Dun, dun, dun. Within a year, Cortez and his men came back. This time, they had the help from other Indians in the region who resented the Aztecs' harsh rule. Pause. Why do you think their neighbors don't like them? Think of their religion. What are they doing all the time? Human sacrifices, right? And if you do 10,000 sacrifices, you need a lot of people to sacrifice. So they would wage war on their neighbors a lot. So Cortez had a very easy time gaining allies from the enemies of the Aztecs. And that's kind of what brings them down. In addition, the Spanish had better weapons, including armor, cannons, and swords. Furthermore, the Aztecs were terrified of the enemy's big horses, animals they had never seen before. The Spanish had also unknowingly brought deadly diseases such as smallpox to the Americas. This disease weakened or killed thousands of Native Americans. In 1521, the Aztecs surrendered, and their once mighty empire came to a swift end. So sad. So there's a lot of moving factors in the decline of the Aztecs, but it's important to understand that a lot of it is, or at least we know it, you know what I mean? With the Mayas, there's all this speculation, but really things get bad for the Aztecs once the Spanish get here. You could say it was, the killing of their emperor with no strong leadership. It was the enemies of the Aztecs joining their forces. You could say it was the weapons. You could also say it was the disease, but all I have to say is none of these problems were there until the conquistadors came, right? So the decline of the Aztec civilization has everything to do with the conquistadors. Now, it is very important that you know who Moctezuma II is and who Hernan Cortez is, especially for your test. So make sure you know these people. If you're not done, you can pause your video. You guys did a great job today. Hopefully your hands aren't dying. I hope they aren't, but remember, it's a notes day, so no homework from me. You rock. Have a wonderful day.